Hello and welcome to the STAC Survival Guide. I am Ryan, your host, alongside Mary and Jared, and today we will be taking you through tips and suggestions to help you be successful in your 4 years of college. Along with our student correspondents, we will be explaining the importance of time management, how to balance clubs and the events with schoolwork, how to stay connected with college if you're a commuter, and the challenges that face graduate students. Later on in the show, our seniors will give you their advice as well as flashbacks of their fondest memories of STAC. For the first topic today, we will be talking about managing time and trying to balance jobs and internship with school. Now, for those of you who are like me and like to have a little money in your pocket, a part-time job can be both a huge asset and a serious pitfall. While having money to fill up your gas tank or take a weekend trip is great, you have to keep in mind that school is your main priority. For this reason, make sure you find a job that is close by and can meet your flexibility needs. Large shopping centers like the Palisades Mall are good places to look for part-time jobs, and retail and franchise restaurants often employ large staffs and don't require much experience. However, keep in mind that you need to leave yourself a good amount of time to do your schoolwork. So if you have a heavy class load during the week, leave yourself at least a full day on the weekend to do your schoolwork and to give yourself a break. Sunday is usually quiet enough to lend you just a few distractions. Also, be sure to plan your work schedule around the school year. Don't work too much during midterms or finals, and keep up with dates for holidays and breaks for school.
Yeah, the Palisades is definitely a great way to get a job because they know that a lot of college students are here. So I dorm and I live in the Bronx, but I told them that I can only work during school year. And it's very flexible, the Palisades Mall, if you let them know, because they know a lot of college students are around here from STAC, Dominican, a bunch of other places. Right. So I think that's good.
Now, in order to get the most out of your internship, I suggest completing it over the summer. Students who try to balance a full course load with an internship often have trouble doing so. An internship can be the most valuable experience of your college life and sometimes results in a job offer. Because of this, it's very important to make a great impression by showing how hard you work. By completing it over the summer, you can put in enough time to get the most out of the experience. If you work a regular job during the school year, you may not be able to pick all the courses and time slots you want. When planning my course schedules, I've had to make sure my classes are either all early in the day or all later in the day. By scheduling classes back to back, I'm still able to go to work and have some free time. Another useful tip for any student is to make to-do lists and reminders for yourself. I use my iPhone calendar to look at what I have to do each day, as well as set reminders for myself. By staying organized, you will know exactly what you need to get done and be able to manage your time better.
You know what, I use my my iPhone to schedule a lot of things. I just tell Siri what I have going on in the day, and she helps me with everything. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I also had an internship, as you did, and I was interning in the city at Viacom, and it's very difficult because I did want to take an internship in the summer, but the reason I didn't is because you have to pay the money up front. So if you can't afford to pay the money up front and you have to take it in the winter, or not the winter, during school year like I did, it's very useful if you plan your schedule to have 2 days off. So I interned for 3 days, and for 2 days I had classes. So majority of the time I was actually at my internship. And a way that I balanced my time was that I always made a list, and at the top of my list was what I had to do the most, and then the bottom was what I had to do less, and my least priority. So as long as I got the top done, I know that I was good. And you just have to balance your time, because when you have 2 days of school and you're there all day like I was, and then just 3 days of your internship, it can get a little hectic. But I definitely use my Sundays like you do, because Sundays are the best days. It's not a day for relaxation for me, unfortunately. I use it for catching up with my schoolwork and doing internship work as well. But you can do it. I didn't think I could get through it, but you get through it somehow by balancing your time management skills especially.
And that's what we're here to explain to you. Next up, we have the clubs and sports segment with Ryan and Kira, and right after a short break, we'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to St. Thomas Aquinas Campus Events and Clubs. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm Kira. STAC offers a variety of student clubs and organizations for any student, as well as a variety of ongoing events for students to enjoy and to get them involved. Clubs and events give students an opportunity to socialize and have fun with the things they love to do. From academic-related clubs and club sports to special interests, there's something for everyone. Any event happening within STAC is listed on the campus events calendar, which can be found on the STAC website. giving students an easy and fast way to learn about upcoming events. STAC offers club sports such as cheerleading, dance, hockey, bowling, and more. The STAC cheerleaders, which I'm happy to be a part of, perform a routine and cheer on the Spartan teams at both men and women's home basketball games. The STAC cheerleaders create and learn a routine consisting of a cheer, dance, and stunt sequence. The routine is performed during halftime, providing entertainment for the audience. STAC cheerleaders also perform at events such as Relay for Life and Midnight Madness.
In addition to sports, STAC offers a number of non-athletic groups and activities. The Spartan Radio, or WSTK, are behind both the Oktoberfest and Springfest. They play in the background music in the Romano Center and provide sound equipment to the house bands, concerts, and multiple other events, including the upcoming open mic night. The radio station's DJs provide hours of entertainment to ensure commuters and dorm students alike have a good time together in and out of the class and congregation buildings. The Nerd Club, though relatively new, has quickly grown into St. Thomas Aquinas' largest clubs, totaling 45 to 50 members. Advised by Dr. Muggio, the Nerd Club tries to promote anti-bullying awareness and provide its members with a bully-free environment where they can express their creative interests without fear of ridicule. Club members gather to share their interests and often watch movies and play games. But the Nerd Club is not all fun and games. The club tries to raise money by either holding t-shirt sales or by organizing tournaments where the proceeds go to charity. The History and Philosophical Society, or HAPS for short, is a club that I personally have the privilege of being a member of. We focus on discussing current events and, of course, history, as well as ways in which STAC's community can become more politically aware and active. This year we helped the student government with their voter registration drive, and we held our own debate where we talked about Mitt Romney and Barack Obama's platforms. We do have fun events too, of course. Every month we try and host a movie night, and a lot of the time we just hang out and talk while eating pizza. A problem facing our club, however, like many other clubs at STAC, is a lack of membership. While HAPS has about 8 members, some other clubs only have 3 or 4 members. This makes it difficult for them to organize events and get more members, or in some cases even exist as the student government requires a certain amount of permanent members for a club to be issued funds. Hopefully, students at STAC continue to remain active, and those who haven't become part of the community find a way to involve themselves in an available activity. That's it for our discussion of clubs and sports. Now I'll send it over to Brianne for her insights on commuting.
Good evening. My name is Brianne Kilkenny, reporting for STAC Survival Guide. As a commuter, one of the challenges I found was meeting new people. STAC offers clubs and activities to help ensure your time at the university is fulfilling and fun. One of these great clubs is Commuter Connection. The Commuter Connection is a club that helps bring commuters together and helps them get more involved on campus. The Commuter Connection meets every Tuesday at 3:30. This club also has several events throughout the year that include the Coffee Corner, where they give out free coffee to everyone around midterms and finals. The Commuter Connection also has a road safety challenge event where they teach everyone who attends about driving safely on the road. The club also has several other events that include bake sales and car washes. If you are a commuter and would like to know more information about the Commuter Connection, you can go visit the Student Activity Center in Romano Hall. A good idea for when you are commuting to college is to make sure you set up your schedule accordingly. While it is a good idea to have some time between classes so you can focus on work you need to get done, it is not a good idea to have your schedules spaced too far apart where you're spending most of your time driving back and forth between classes. Another factor that makes life easier for a commuter at STAC is the ability to maintain a part or full-time job, which allows you to manage your time and money. Since money is a big aspect of college life, being a commuter is beneficial to your wallet because tuition is about $11,000 less than those who live on campus. This helps in a huge way after graduation when student loan payments start to pile up. Another way to make life easier as a commuter is to get involved with campus activities, and the Commuter Connection makes this possible. That's all the time for this segment. Now over to Kelsey and Kristen, who will be speaking about graduation challenges.
Thank you, Brianne. Welcome to the Graduation Challenges segment. I'm Kelsey Robbins.
And I'm Kristen McGeough. We are currently seniors at STAC. With that being said, we are slowly but surely preparing for graduation. The main reason students attend college is to ultimately attain a degree, and upon graduating that degree, to use that degree to get a job that could potentially turn into a career. From personal experience, I would say the first thing is figuring out what you want to do after graduating is basically take a look at your interests. What are you good at? What are your strong spots? In which case, pertaining to my own graduation success plan, I am a good writer and in the future would like to possibly turn that into a career in some aspect. Maybe you enjoy photography or even have an extreme interest in sports. These are things that you should definitely consider. It is not uncommon for students to be clueless when it comes to their future. Between major changes and doubts, there are many contributing factors to uncertainty about a career in the future. Knowing what you're good at can help to ultimately figure it all out. In addition to that, preparation is key. There are many resources here at STAC that can help you better prepare for graduation success. Here at STAC, we have a career services office where you can bring your resume with any concerns or corrections to be made that STAC Career Service employees will gladly offer their assistance with. When striving to achieve graduation success, I would definitely advise evaluating your interests, preparing ahead of time, and utilizing the resources we have here at STAC. Thank you. Now over to Kelsey with her graduation success tips.
Thank you, Kristen. Let the countdown to graduation begin. For some, senior year is already half gone. Others have less than 2 weeks left in their undergraduate degrees. This brings to mind all the challenges we have faced along the way and all the challenges that will be waiting for us after we graduated. Have the challenges that we've encountered here taught us lessons that we can apply post-graduation? Curiosity and taking risks is something that is encouraged in college students. We are told that this is the time to ask questions. Take a couple of chances. I do not think this should stop after we graduate. Take this with you as you start your search. When you get a job, keep asking questions and do not be afraid to try something different. It's a little crazy that we're asked as young adults to pick our future career when most of the time we have no idea what we're actually getting into. Yet this is how college works. Pick a major, change the major, maybe add a minor. Even within the confines of a major, there are so many different directions to go in. It is mind-boggling and overwhelming. Therefore, try different classes. Pick your major based on the classes you like to take. The bottom line is we are expected to pick a major based on the career we want in the future. But how do we know this is the right fit? You've heard it 1,000 times. Find something you're passionate about. Like I said before, take some risks, try something different, ask some questions. Whether you're the person who has changed their major every week or that person who's known what they wanted since high school, the advice remains the same. Take a variety of classes. If you have a question, ask, and most importantly, do not get discouraged when you hear the word no. College is trial and error. Take the experiences and learn from them. Thank you. Chit chat.
And welcome back to the STAC Survival Guide. I'm surrounded right now by all the STAC seniors here that we have here. And right now we're going to be taking a look at a field production from our field correspondent, Alex Gilmartin, who will be talking to a real-life communications professional who's working right now at NBC.
Thanks, guys. I'm Alex Gilmartin, and here with me is the director and producer of NBC Sports, John Gilmartin. Thank you for joining us, John.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so if you don't mind, let's get right into the questions. How long have you been working at NBC Sports?
I've been working at NBC for 36 years. I started as a page in 1976, and it was the first year of Saturday Night Live.
Very interesting. So, as a page, what did you do exactly? What does the job entail?
As a page, you would give tours. You probably would give 5 or 6 tours, 1-hour tours to people that would come in from out of town. And you would show them the NBC studios and facilities. And you'd also work on live shows like Saturday Night Live and any game shows. And you would seat the audience, help them find seats, and show them out of the studio when it was done.
So that's an interesting transition from page all the way up to director producer. How did you get that? How did you go about that transition? What kind of ladders did you climb?
Well, it took a lot of years to get from a page to be a producer and a director for NBC Sports. I was a page for about probably 6 months, then got a job in a scheduling area, scheduling machinery and people to work on those machines, and then worked in the sales department for radio. Had a variety of jobs until I got into the sports department, and I started at the lowest level of the sports department as a production assistant and worked my way up, associate producer, associate director, finally getting enough experience where I could be a director and a producer.
With so many college kids graduating, a lot of them no doubt interested in the communication field, what exactly any words of wisdom you want to give to some college students?
Well, as a graduating senior from college, I would say the most important thing is not to get discouraged, to be prepared. Be prepared when you go out on interviews. Know the company that you're interviewing with, what their background is. Do a little background check on the person that you're going to be speaking with, if you can, and just be energetic, be positive, and be willing to help out in any way. And don't get discouraged. Things will happen for you.
Thank you for this interview, John.
Well, thank you for coming in and interviewing me.
I'm Alex Gilmartin, and with the STAC Survivor, back to you guys at the studio.
Thank you very much, Alex. That was fantastic. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Encouraging words.
Encouraging words, to say the least. Absolutely. It's interesting to see a professional who's actually working in the fields and who's actually doing the things that we've been working towards this our entire college career. So
Yeah, and I'm a communications major. You are too.
I am as well.
Is everyone else
Everybody here
here?
communications major?
No.
Absolutely. No?
No, it was good to hear him say though, don't get discouraged and to keep trying.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get a job, so.
And
that's
that
something
can relate to everyone.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Very encouraging to hear how he started out on the lowest rung of the ladder and really worked his way all the way up.
Absolutely.
So there's definitely hope.
It's like an American success story, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully we'll all have just as much luck. But in just a minute, we're going to be taking a little bit of break, and when we come back, the STAC seniors are going to give a farewell, if you will, and final memories that they'd like to just reminisce with each other, and a little bit of a fun discussion just to end the segment. Okay, so have a great break, and we'll be back. Welcome back to the STAC Survival Guide. Right now we're joined with Kristen, a longtime STAC student. She's going to be helping us out for the final segment. But before we get into what I talked about, the reminiscing and our farewell address, if you will, we're going to just give our advice as seniors. We've been through it all. It's our last year here. We're almost at the end of the road, and now we have a little advice that we can hand down to younger generations. It started off something that's really affected me and that has been a big part of my understanding of college and getting through it, and that is you got to take your transcript into your own hands. You may think that your guidance counselor is going to hold your hand the whole time, but that's what high school is for. Your guidance counselor has a lot of people that they advise, and it's tough to expect them to really know what courses are going to be offered that you need to be taking. You need to take your transcript into your own hands, and if you do that, you're going to stay on pace, and you don't have to worry about not graduating on time because you didn't take certain classes at the right time. But so just keep your transcript in your own hands, and you'll be successful.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you because your advisor does have a lot of people to advise. So it's good that you become more independent. And with that, something that I recommend is that I think that we should all, as freshmen, when I was a freshman, I took my core requirements first. So it gave me a taste of what STAC offered, and I really knew what I wanted to do because of all the different classes that STAC offered. I knew, okay, I needed to take bio. So I was like, yeah, I have to take this as a requirement, but I can't picture myself pursuing it as a major. So that really helped me, and I advise if anyone is a freshman going into college, hopefully STAC, that you should take your core requirements classes first because then you can know what you want to pursue in your future.
Absolutely.
It definitely gives you an idea of where you want to go, and it helps you pick your major.
Exactly.
And earlier in the show, we talked about having a job, and along with that comes budgeting your money. I feel like as college students, we don't really pay as much attention to it as we should. We just wake up and we're like, oh, money's in my account. Like, we don't pay attention to like actually paying the bills. But now's a really good time to learn it because we don't actually have to pay for like electric, any of that stuff, which you're gonna have to pay for later on.
Yeah.
So my tip for budgeting is definitely try to figure out how much money you have coming in, even though I know it's hard, especially with like retail or like waitressing or waitering. But definitely try to figure out how much you have coming in and then try to divide your money into what you have to pay. And you've heard this before, but start saving and start saving early because you have, I know with Chase you can do a direct transfer and the money just goes into your account like on your payday. So you don't see it, it just goes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great tip. Budgeting is really important, especially as a commuter, because you need to worry about gas and all that
And
stuff.
gas prices are always going up.
Exactly. So my advice as a senior would be just to get involved and be open-minded in your college experience. I wasn't the most social person coming to college, but over time in your classes you meet the same people over and over again, you become friends, and I joined a club and I feel like it really helped my social skills and my public speaking ability, so I feel like it's really beneficial to get involved and keep an open mind about things.
Especially because of how small STAC is. It's really good because you have a lot of the classes with the same people. So you're becoming friends with a lot of people in your classes, and it becomes more fun to go to classes. Like, I actually don't mind going to some of my classes because I know everyone in there, so it's really nice.
Absolutely.
And you know your teachers as well. Like
Yeah.
you get to know them and it's good recommendations, especially if you talk during class.
Absolutely. It's networking before you even leave college.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, it helps prepare you.
Yeah.
On that note of getting involved, I would definitely suggest possibly going to some of the dances, some of the school events. There's a lot of events that STAC holds that I think are just really fun. You can meet new people, just broaden your college experience, and I think that's just a great thing to participate in. And I don't know, just try it. Try
Going to the
something
dances,
new.
yeah, absolutely. You might find that
Yeah.
you're surprised. Your school can surprise you, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, when I came here, I actually started to dorm here, and all of my friends dormed with me. So I knew everyone who I was going into college with, and I came with everyone from the Bronx, and I kind of just only talked to them in my freshman year, like only them. I didn't really socialize as much, but I actually started to enjoy college more once I got out of my shell and started talking to more people, and it makes your college experience more fun.
Absolutely. Well, it seems like we're kind of gravitating towards this storytelling atmosphere, so why not jump right into it? Kristen, would you like to start off and give your fondest STAC memory?
Yes. Thank you, Ryan. It's actually quite funny. A bunch of us, my freshman year, this big group of guy friends and girlfriends, the guys decided it would be funny to prank us. So we had this prank war thing going on where it was like, it got to the point where they actually put a live lobster in our toilet bowl, which was quite disgusting.
Oh, I remember
and
it clearly.
And just a few little things like headless fish every which way. There was smelly cheese in the light bulbs. It was, I mean, at the time it was disgusting, but now we look back and we laugh.
And it was a good time,
and it was
right?
a good time.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't suggest it, but it was funny.
Well, I mean, on a similar note, you know, you're hanging out with your friends and you tend to do silly things that you don't really know why you did them, and when you look back, you realize that you had a great time. And we had one night where a group of my friends, I think it was sometime around Halloween, I want to say, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself because it makes more sense that way. But I remember that one of my friends had a toga on for no particular reason, and then makeup came out. And we decided that everyone was going to have a fake beard. At the time, the peach fuzz on my face was not there. So we decided to just paint on facial hair that was ridiculous, obviously, and it became Night of the Fake Beards, and it is absolutely one of my fondest memories here at STAC.
Well, one of my favorite memories is that during like spring when it starts to get nice out, STAC has a volleyball net, and it's in the middle of it's in the commons.
Right.
And every single year we always go out and we all play volleyball, and it's just a lot of fun. Like, we barbecue too out there, and it's a lot of fun. I would suggest doing that because, you know, take advantage of what your college has to offer, and I'm glad that STAC offers the volleyball net for us.
And you had a good time with it, right?
Yeah, we definitely take advantage of it.
Good.
I definitely remember that from freshman year because my room was set up so that you could look out over the volleyball net, and whenever we would be studying in my room, we'd always look out and be like, gonna go play, instead of sitting there and studying because it was right there.
And the big windows don't help either.
Yeah, no, they really don't. Even if you close the blinds, you can still hear the yelling.
And you hear the laughter, and that's
You just
too
have
much.
to go.
How about you, Ryan?
Well, I mean, being a commuter, you don't get a lot of a lot of memories here at STAC, but STAC did afford me the opportunity, and you can appreciate this, Ryan, because you were there too. The honors program got to go to Oxford University in England, and for 3 weeks it was just a really great time. Got to meet a lot of good people. It was a good experience, and it was just so much fun.
It was absolutely a priceless experience, right?
Yeah,
Like
it
I could
really
never
was.
put a price tag to that. That was something that we will always share with STAC and that we'll always look back fondly with, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have here for the STAC Survival Guide. I mean, we've taken you through, budgeting your money, time management, to getting involved with your clubs and activities and sports, graduation challenges, commuter advice, and then finally for our senior segment. And I think everything went pretty well, and I hope you learned something today, and I hope now that you feel a little bit better prepared to take on the challenges that lie ahead and also to enjoy yourself along the way. So signing off right now, I'm your host Ryan alongside Kristen, Mary, Kelsey, and Ryan, and we're saying so long, and graduation waits.